the nations of the world, voices are rising. Stories of resilience. Stories of vision. Stories of purpose. Welcome to the Voice Amplified podcast, where Zimbabwean excellence is celebrated, leaders are empowered, and destinies are awakened. This is more than a podcast. This is a continental movement.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Ron Wayez, and today we do have Mr. Mpumelelo in the studio with the 1 Million Boys mission. So basically, these are men that are protecting our society all the way from South Africa under Boys Mentorship South Africa. So today we have got a special privilege of having him in the studio so that he can explain his vision, where he's coming from, where he's going, why he started this campaign. You know, it's not for everybody. It's not everyone's cake. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buthelezi, Mr. Mpumelelo, I don't know whichever way I may call you.
I know Mpumelelo is fine.
Yes. So, where does Mr. Mpumelelo come from?
Originally, I'm coming from KZN, Ulundi, my town.
Oh, you're from Ulundi?
Yeah, I'm from Ulundi.
Yeah, I once had a couple contracts there, but I forgot the places. It's been a long time.
Long time, yeah.
Yes.
That's my hometown.
All right. No, that's awesome. So when did you come up with this concept? Was it God-given? Was it just something? Or was it inspired by something that happened to you? Then you decided, no, now I want to pursue this, you know, because probably I might not be the only one who is going through this. There are a lot of people who are going through this. Can you take us through the journey?
Okay. Firstly, to me, it's an assignment. It's a God-given assignment now with my understanding. But what inspired me to take this initiative or to do this project that I'm doing, when I was young, at the age of 12 years, I started smoking and I started making choices that were destroying my life without me knowing. So the choices that I made or decisions that I made when I was 11, 12, when I was 25, they led me to live on the street. So by God's grace, now I can understand that was the journey that God took me through. I made choices, wrong choices, that they led me to live on the street for 2 years. So I was on the street for 2 years before God gave me the second chance to bounce back. So I know what pushes boys to drugs. I know what pushes boys to the street because I was them. Even though I never went through the hardcore drugs, but marijuana and alcohol was the thing that we indulged most on it by that time. But all started when I was a teenager. So we know there are 3 stages of a man. There's a childhood stage, there's a young man stage, and there's a fatherhood stage. So the critical stage is a young man stage because the childhood stage, you're still small. So
your parents are taking care of you, yes.
And the young man stage, I call it the discovery stage. So that way you discover who you are, what your interest, what you want to pursue in life. In this discovery stage, you need someone who will hold you by hand and show you the way. So I normally explain like this, okay? When you're a child, it's a stage where it's a do-for-me stage, where you are expecting your parents to do something for you, or you are expecting your father to do something for you. The young man stage is a do-with-me stage, where you are expecting your father to hold you by hand and show you how things are done and what you need to do, what you don't need to do. So at that critical stage where destiny decisions are made, if there is nobody that is there to help you to make the right choices, to make the right decisions, you may make the decision that will destroy your life and your destiny. So that what happens to me, of course, I had a father, my father was present. He passed away when I was 20 years, so I had a father. So the challenge was I had a father in the home, but he was not in my life. What do I mean? We know our fathers, they just provide food, provide shelter, take you to school. That's what they knew. That is, when I'm taking care of my children, these are the things that I need to do. The emotional part of it, they didn't even know by themselves. So a man cannot give what he does not have. So what they receive from their fathers, they give it to us. So that role, the roles in the family, the way a girl child is being treated is different from the way a boy child is being treated. Even the guidance, let me make an example. Said, okay, no, I'm a boy, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, I can do whatever I want to do. I can go and come back 9 p.m. There are no restrictions to say by 6 you are here. But on a girl child, by 6 you are here. Nobody understands what is happening during those hours I'm not at home. So those are the hours that I destroyed my life without me knowing that I'm destroying my life.
Okay. Yeah. I think I nearly destroyed my life too because I was a musician. By that critical age, I was a musician. And, sometimes I'd get back home at 4 a.m. And my dad would just open the gate and say, welcome, son. You were gigging. He didn't even care if I was really smelling alcohol. And even if I was smelling alcohol, let's say maybe I was performing in a club or something like that, he wouldn't even ask a question. You would just understand because I know he understands that, you're going to be in that type of environment. But I think it had its impact on me that I didn't really pay attention to. And I had to pay one way or another. But going back to something that you mentioned earlier on, you talked about the reason that made you get into it. Have you faced any challenge getting to become that person that wants to, that has developed a vision that they really want to fulfill? What were the challenges that you really faced before you got to that place?
Okay, the challenge that I had before I get to that place is the lack of mentorship. Because nobody, as I'm saying, okay, this was a critical stage.
Yes.
Where I needed somebody to show me the way, to give me the direction. So, but when I was living on the street, God did something great. I received Christ while I was on the street. So my father in the Lord, who is my mentor, Tim Omoto, so he's the one who took me under his wing and becoming a father and show me the direction and give me how to live as a person. But there's something important that I need to mention that changed my life before even he started teaching me. There are 2 things that he made that changed my life. The first thing, I was still on the street when he met me. The first thing he called me, come here, my son. And secondly, he hugged me. I was 27 years. And that was the first time receiving a hug
from a father figure.
From a father figure.
Yeah.
Secondly, after hugging me, said, okay, I love you, my son. That was the second thing. First time when I was 27, hearing a father figure say, I love you, my son. So
and that changed everything right away.
That changed everything. Okay. Wow, I didn't know that I needed those words to come to me up until that moment when my father in the Lord said, okay, no, I love you, my son. Whatever you are going through, you've got a great future. And you just made a mistake like a child. You can trace back your steps and then become what God designed you to become. So
which is purpose, right?
So from that moment, that's okay, no, the only thing that you need, I want you to introduce you to someone. At that time, my father had already passed on. So, okay, I want to introduce you to someone that I want from this day up until you die. You see him as a father. Don't see him as everybody sees him. Said, I want to introduce you to Jesus Christ. I want you to see him as a father. What is the role of a father to a child? So we spoke about those things. Okay, no, Jesus Christ from today, he's your father. He will be your father up until you die. The moment you lost him as a father, you have lost him. So
okay, we would come to the question of the religious influence in terms of everything. But are you that type of man, for an example, I may say, they're extremists when it comes to girl child protection. Like, there are women or even men, but most of them, they're women, of course, who will defend girls regardless of the situation. They'll just try to blame it on the boy. If something happens, they try to blame it on the boy child. Are you on those extremes? Are you even paying attention to the balance within the society?
I pay a balance to the society because I'm raising a girl child. My daughter, I've got one daughter. She's 13 years, she's a teenager. So now, children are children to me. There's no boy, there's no girl. Because once we put this difference, you are a boy child, you are a girl child, that's where we start making mistakes as parents. Because we are raising them different. Said, okay, you are a boy, you need to behave this way. You are a girl, you need to behave this way. That's where we lost it as parents. As parents, this is a child. You teach the child what needs to be taught. You train the child as a child, not as a male child or as a female child. This is a child. Focus on training and teaching, mentoring, coaching, and instructing the child.
But don't you think there's some biological influence when it comes to children? Because, I mean, when you're going through your teenhood, there are some hormonal changes and all that. And I kind of feel like ladies need to be more aware because there's a lot that happens in their body.
Exactly.
As compared to us. It's the brain. Within the man, it's here and there, but the brain, because looking at girls, probably they become, the body shape changes, they become more attractive to other boys. Now the boys are seeing the changes on the body. They're like, now I want to, the boy's mind is changing as well. So what do you really mean when you say they are supposed to be treated as children, just as children, with equal reprimanding or equal attention?
Okay, I'm saying in terms of teaching, let me put it this way. There are stages in raising a child.
Yes.
There is a teaching stage, which is 0 to 5 years, where you teach a child, teach you the basics. What is your name, mama, all those things. There is a training stage. So from 0 to 5 is a teaching stage. From 5 to 12 is a training stage. So that you are talking about, okay, you are a boy, how boys need to behave. That where a father figure or a male figure start to take the boy and showing how men need to do things on a training stage. And then again, from 12 years to upward to 18 years, that is your child now is a teenager, is exposed to the world. You become a coach and a mentor. So when you're coaching the child, okay, now you are exposed to the world. What does it mean? Is exposed to sex, exposed to many things. So you become a coach and coaching the child, okay, don't see what you see on television. What does it mean? Interpret to the child. That's why in terms of teaching, that way my space is, I said, okay, let's teach them as children in opening the educational platforms in the family, within the family. Let's say we're sitting down and we're watching a program on television. This is a program, they are kissing. Everybody's watching. How do we interpret to them? What does it mean? Which stage should they engage in such things? So we don't take that platform. So, okay, we've watched a certain program with the children. Do I sit down with them and explain what does it mean, what they have seen? Is it the right time for them to practice what they've seen or not? So that way I'm coming from. So when we said, okay, let us teach them together. They understand, because when we separate them, there will be a time where, but okay, I don't know how the girl thinks. I don't know how the boy thinks. So, but if they have platforms where they are sitting together, learning what does the girl think, how does a boy think. So now when they are growing in those spaces, learning, they will understand more, they have more understanding. than teaching them separately. There are times that we need to teach them separately. But in terms of teaching them about what the world is happening, to teach about social media, because most of us, we love our children, but we don't teach them. We think loving them is enough, but loving and teaching is totally different. We love our children, but we don't teach them. The teaching part we leave to the school or to everybody that I don't know who is. We will say, is it what you are learning in school? But the platform for learning should be in the house, should start in the family. Create learning platforms where my son should learn from me how to become a man. My son should learn from me what does it mean to have a girlfriend. He must not learn from his friend, from magazine, from television, from social media. These children, our children, they watch something online and he cannot interpret it rightly. And he'll just take it, okay, no, I saw them kissing.
Now I also want to kiss.
I want to kiss. And I normally see my mom and dad kiss, which means it's acceptable.
So this is a conversation that actually runs deeper because it also involves parenting. You know, if the parents didn't receive proper parenting, they won't be able to then nurture the children. So I love the name of the movement, of the mission. Boy, child, the child part. I think at the end of the day, this is a child.
This is a child.
You know, yes, we know that he's a man. He's supposed to be a hunter, gatherer, scavenger, whatever. But he is a child. You're not raising an adult. So if you're raising a boy, you're raising a child. Just remember, in as much as he might act all bully and all that, because of the body chemical composition, he's still a child.
Still a child.
And also as parents, we're supposed to be aware of these things that are happening around, and we're supposed to embrace that probably our parents failed at teaching us to become those, to be right parents, if I may put it that way. Our parents failed to teach us how to become the right parents, because you're not just born a parent.
Yeah,
you go through different stages. So it's a conversation that every parent needs to be part of. So it's not only about the child. And if there is a child at home, I would say if there is a son at home, it's not all about you. Most of these things, you may find out that it might not be your fault. It's just unfortunate that, you know, you're going through what you're going through, because sometimes it might be your parents who were not trained enough to take care of you. Then I've got another question. How do socio-economic issues affect a boy or child? Like, what's the impact of socio-economic issues?
It's a big impact. For instance, in terms of the absenteeism of fathers, we need to take it back when our parents were forced to move to other cities looking for a job. When they moved to, let's make an example, I'm coming from KZN, I'm here in Johannesburg.
Yes.
How many times do I go back home? You will find out I'm going 3 times or 4 times a year. Let's say I've got children in the family. I see them 4 times a year, which means I see them 4 days in 365 days. Do they have a training from me? No, they don't have, because I'm not available. Do I like to be absent? No. I'm there to try to find something for them to live. That's the part. Secondly, there is absenteeism of the father that is not part of the child. Maybe they separated with the mother, but is not part of the child. There are no thing that he tried to become the part of the child. So there are many things. Economically is playing a huge role for the absenteeism of the fathers to the children. Let me make an example. Okay, we have separated with the mother of the child. I'm unable to provide. I'm told I cannot see my child because I'm not providing. I want to see my child because I'm unable to provide. I'm blocked. No, you can't see your child because we're not providing. So the child, without us knowing as parents, these fights are affecting the child more because it's the child that will be missing me as a father. Because now I'm not able to see the child. In some extent, you find that maybe I have not even paid the damages, all those things. Now, those are the social economic contributions in the absence of the father. And sometimes brothers, they're not even allowed to see their children. Up until you are able to pay this and this and this, then you will see your child. And the child is being told, your father does not want to see you. Most boys, even that in my program, they are angry to their fathers because they will ask questions, where is my father? There will be no straight questions. The boy does not even see the father trying to come and see him. And now he's angry, but this man does not love me. But those things that we don't understand.
Yes. No, I understand. Can you take me down the rabbit hole?
Sure.
Historically, how have we been behaving as humanity? Something that has influenced the state of a boy child's mind or his position within the society. Can you just quickly take me down the rabbit hole as to what really happened for us to get to where we are at today, where we now have to literally say, protect the boy child, give him some attention?
One, the challenge, is what the community say about men.
Yeah.
Remember, these boys, they are men. It might be your son, might be your child now, but he's a man. Let me make an example. One day I got a call from one mother, Mpumelelo, can you come and speak to my son? Okay, Mama, what is happening? He just asked me, Mama, am I a dog? Mother said, what do you mean? He said, you say men are dogs. I'm a man, which means I'm a dog. So what we normally say about men, it affects the boys. And secondly, there is nothing that has been put in place for a boy child. Since we are giving a girl child a preference in many things. This is a boy. He was not there when men were getting opportunities. He just get born now, and now there's a many program for boys, for girls. He's not being counted. He's got questions. I don't know my father. I don't know why my father is not in my life. There is no space for me, even in the society. All the programs, I'm not involved. It's for the girl child. It's for the girl child. For God's sake, this is a child who just born now. Boys are serving the sentences, or they are paying for the sins of us fathers. They were not there when we get opportunities or people when everything was happening. Now, because they focus, no, it's a girl child, the boy child should put aside. What does it do to him emotionally, psychologically?
Yeah, I mean, I think for a girl child, I would strongly suggest that if anything happens between a couple and then they have to separate, the mother receives the custody of their children. I think if there's a boy child there, she should find a father figure. The same way, if it's the father who has received the custody, when it comes to the girl child, he should find a mother figure, because I can't teach you what I do not experience.
Exactly.
Understand? In as much as I would want to train my girl to behave in a certain way, though there are some men who would say, if a girl is being raised by her father, she's very smart and all that. But it can never be enough, because you don't go through menstrual cramps and all other things, So, and also as a father, sometimes you have to restrict your words, because it's your child.
It's your child.
You can't be as explicit it's your baby girl child. And these type of conversations can get better if this child is speaking to, if it's a girl child, she'll be speaking to her aunt or maybe her own mother. So I think it's wrong for parents to restrict access to their counterpart, to the other parent, to restrict children from seeing their parents. It's very wrong, whether you're a man or you're a woman. Children didn't do anything wrong. And they deserved to be loved as they are, and they deserve to have access to who they really need to have access to. For an example, a parent or a fatherly figure. Even if that man is dead, even if that woman is dead, try to find a mentor within the same, okay, I don't know if I might say gender because, I don't know. But somebody who has got the same biological mechanism. So how far have you gone in terms of reaching out and in terms of reaching out to these parents, these children, and
No, by God's grace, we, as I've said, we've been running more than 10 years now. We've got 3 programs in our organization. Is the one that for boys mentorship, and secondly, we've got the Chosen Queens, which is the program for mothers who are raising sons in the absence of a male figure, in helping them on to say how can they help their son to become a king that they were designed to become. Because we understood that, a father figure install systems in the family. So which are the systems that need to be put in place for the boy to grow the way he need to grow, and advising to mothers, there are circles that you need to align your son with other men so they can learn the manly things, because he cannot learn. There are boys that are growing up in the family, there's only females. So that's why we encourage mothers, these are the group of mothers. Every week we've got session with the boys. So bring the boys to our session. Let him learn from other men. What does it mean to be a man? What are the activities of men that they are doing? So we've got a lot of activities. So this is the mothers program who was raising sons, and we've got the Courageous Men program that for fathers. We grew up without knowing how to become a father. I've learned what I know now of being a father because of the work that I'm doing. That has forced me to go and learn it. So most of us, most of the guys, they didn't have fathers. Now they are fathers. How can they father if they have never seen somebody demonstrating how to be a father? So we've got that platform where we sit down as men and grow from each other, learn from each other. What does it mean to be a man? What is a man in the first place? So how to become a father, how to become a better man. So we've got that cycle, our program that called Courageous Men, where once in 2 weeks we sit down with men. We sit down, guys, this is what I know, this is what I know. We bring men who are married, men who are not married, who are still growing, men in business. Let us sit down, create this community, a brotherhood where we are going to help each other, because sometimes I didn't have a father, but now I'm a father, and I don't have an idea what does it mean to be a father. How can I be a father to my children? Because I have never seen anyone being a father to me. So those are the programs that we are trying to build our families, because my understanding, if we can restore families where both parents are present and understanding what is the role of a family in a child, understanding the role of a father in a child, it will help us.
Okay, that is a mouthful. For now, we're just going to take a break for like a couple of seconds. Then we proceed, of course. So on the street, whenever I try to talk to the guys that will be doing recycling, you can see that, he doesn't have enough proper clothing, and you can see that they're struggling, but they're still doing recycling. It's very difficult for them to really understand that there are people who do not even judge them or care. There are people who are just going to greet you and help you regardless.
Yes.
You know, because most of them, to me, when I greet them, no matter how much you greet them, you can see that there is that restriction. Like, I'm dirty. So how do you convince somebody who is like that? Like, I mean, who is in that position in the society? Like, they don't have anything. They are living the worst of their lives.
Let me just put this way. Since I've been in their position, how I know how they feel. They are invisible. I know how does it feel. I know how does it be invisible. You are living, but nobody sees you. How do I say this? You see the way people behave to you. One, the judgment that they throw at you. So you reach a point whereby you don't see yourself as part of the society.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking, man.
Yeah, you don't see yourself as part of the society. So when you see somebody greeting you, even yourself, you are shocked because you are used that nobody sees you. You are like, you are invisible. Nobody sees you. So when we are going, it's like we're just going. It's like you are living to another world.
Yes.
Not the same planet that everybody is living. So I understand because of the push from the society, because of the thing we say to them, because of the names we call them, because of the thing that we say to them. We don't even know where they are on the street. We just judge them, ridicule them, say whatever we want to say to them. We don't care.
Okay, so considering, because we also talked about socioeconomic issues, there are a lot of reasons why these people are on the streets.
Sure.
What would be the best solution? Because they might want to change their mindset, but how are they going to be able to sustain themselves once they are back? Once their mindset is fixed?
They will, because I'm here today.
Because there are people that are doing good stuff out there to these boys. They try to take them back to their homes or try to take them off the street. Some of them, they're even inside the normal homes and they're going through stuff. And you see, there are boys that are menaces out there staying under their parents' roof. So some of the reason why they are like that is just because there's no employment. They don't have anything to do. You know, especially here in Africa, a lot of countries, stuff is happening. So how are they going to survive? Now you have brought them back. Yeah, their mindset is now focused.
I think, let me just share how I survive.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it will answer the question. One, what my mentor did to me is to help me answer these 5 questions that I'm talking about. The first question, knowing and understanding who am I. The question of who am I is the question of identity. So where do I get my identity? It's a report that I believe, and there are 4 sources of report. The first report is the report come from me as a person. How do I see myself?
Yeah.
The second report is the report come from people who love me, people who surround me. It can be families, friends. They say something different from what I say about myself. The third report is a report come from people who hate me, my haters. They've got a report. And the last report is the report that comes from God who created me. So the report that I'm going to believe in these 4 types of report is the one that will going to shape my identity. So normally when we work with the boys, we give the perspective of God, what God says about them. One, God says they are the light of the world. What does it mean to be a light of the world? It means you are an example, you are a person that people, they need to look up to. So by having that mindset, okay, I'm the light of the world. I'm responsible for whatever I do because people, they are watching me. Second, I'm the salt of the earth. What does it mean to be the salt of the earth? Take it to a normal salt. What is the function of the salt? Give taste, give flavor. What does it mean to you in your family, in the society? I'm the people who influences my society, my environment. Thirdly, God said, I'm a king. So this is the most critical that we focus on them. Okay, you are a king. Your Father in heaven said, this is my king. So how do you behave as a king? So the moment they see themselves as a king, that's what my mentor did to me. Okay, no. He said, no, from today, you are not just nobody. You are a king. Firstly, how a king thinks, how a king behaves, how a king speaks. So that identity of knowing, no, I'm the king. There are things I should not do as a king. There are things I should not do. There are places I should not go as a king, because a king is somebody who everybody is looking up to, is somebody who's got responsibilities. So that where my mentor shaped my identity. So from that perspective of knowing who am I, that changed even my decisions. That changed even how I see life, how I see things. Let me make an example. Another thing that can help them is their definition of life. What is life? How do they define life? Secondly, how do they define success? Then these two definitions, they will shape their thinking, their decision. Let me make an example. My definition of life, I say life is a sport where you don't play alone. You don't play for yourself. You don't play alone. You don't play for yourself. It's like a relay. Your teammates are people who are in front of you and people who are behind you.
Okay.
So that's how I define life. So when I see life, I say, okay, it's like a
relay.
Yeah, it's like a sport, which means there's something from people who are in front of me that have given to me, that I have a responsibility to give to the next generation. Whatever I'm doing, I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for other people. So that's how I define life. When it comes to success, I say I will be successful if I will be able to give something to the next generation. That's how I define success. My mentor taught me, which I say he gave me a baton. I will be successful if I will take the same baton, give it to the next boy, because I can decide not to give it. I can decide to throw it down. I can decide to give it wrongly. But me making sure that I'm giving it to you as the next generation on the right way, helping you to be able to give to your next generation, then it's that success to me.
Wow, that was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. This one, please get me right.
Okay.
On this one. But as a boy child, I think I have listened more to people that came with a casual approach.
Exactly.
How important is approach? Because this is a program that you are not doing alone.
Exactly.
There are parents that are going to watch this, and they would want to implement the same thing, and they might not manage to contact you direct and
and ask questions.
And ask questions. So how important is approach? Because for me, as a boy child, the funny uncles are the ones that I listen to more.
Exactly.
The former ones, I was like, I know, serious kakhulu lo. Like, no, why would I? This guy is serious, But later in life, these funny uncles probably they find out that they were high on weed or something like that. But at the end of the day, you ended up getting influence from them because they were fun, So how important is approach when dealing with the boy child? Because we've got egos, especially once you get to your teenage years. It starts there.
approach is very important. Let me share an example, okay? As I'm working with the boys,
Yes.
I'll get a call.
Yeah.
Mpumelelo is coming to see you. One, he has messed up in the family. So I'm being called, and then as an outsider, to come and work with you.
Hey.
So the first thing, okay, now, this one, I don't know him. And he's going to come and continue where my parents were.
Yeah.
So my approach said, okay, no, just give him,
The phone.
no, give me a phone. Except, boy, sharp, okay, no. When can I see you? I go to the family, I take him. Maybe first and the second session we meet, we never spoke of what I was called for.
Yeah.
Just come to, okay, what sport do you like? I'm playing football. Who is your favorite mentor? Who person you are looking up to? So I move away from what I've been called to.
Yeah.
I go to his interest. Who's your friend? What are you doing? What sports do you like? Oh, go to girlfriends. You know the conversation that interests the boys.
Yeah.
So you go to those things that he likes. Then you can get his mindset. You can get how he thinks, how he believes in himself, how he sees the world, how he sees his parents. So that approach, it helps when we start going to the challenge. Now we've understood who he is, what his likes and dislikes, how he sees the world, how he sees himself, because the problem can be himself. So knowing or being trained in the spacing, so now just approaches everything. Approaches everything. Okay, he's a boy. Are you interested in football? Yes. Now I have learned to learn all the sports codes.
Yeah.
I need to know the bit information in that one. Rugby, I need to know something about rugby so to can, if I meet the boy who's playing rugby,
Yeah.
what will be the conversation? If I'm going to the boys who a musician, what will be the conversation? Who's the latest artist? Who's the latest football that boys they look up to them? So I need to get those fresh information. So these young boys, they are my teachers. One of the things that people they don't understand.
Yeah.
They think we are teaching the boys. We are learning a lot. I have become a better father because of what I'm doing. Because boys, they have taught me how to be a father. Because my father never taught me how to be a father. But the boys I'm working with them, they are my greatest teachers. Because one, even if I've got challenges with my daughter, she's a teenager, the way he behaves, I will ask the boys,
Yeah.
if you behave like this, what do you expect your parents to do?
Yeah.
Your parents don't understand if you do this and this and this and this.
They don't understand.
They don't
Yeah.
understand. So boys are my greatest teacher. I have become a better father because of the children that I'm working with them. So that way approach is very important because now I'm calling babiza machita. You find me behaving as if I'm a teenager with them.
Yes.
I come to their level. I know how they think, how they play. If I need to go play marbles with them, I go play marbles with them because I want to reach them. The moment I reach them, I can influence them.
Wow. So it really takes a lot. And I'm interested in the fact that you are also open-minded because what causes problems in some instances are parents who are not open-minded to understand that because as parents, we might have gone through this phase and we failed at a certain point, and now we assume that that's the definite thing that is going to happen to my child. So you're uptight with them, you're strict, but truth be told, you're two different people living in two different eras. So before you reprimand and all of a sudden there are those basics. For an example, talking about time, you would want your child to come back home on time. But why? You understand? Because in today's era, it's very normal for a child to go and sleep at their friend's place and all that. So before you introduce a solution, try to understand why they are doing this, because there are a lot of influences around. There's social media, there are friends, and those friends, they've got their own family setups. So there are different environments that are going to influence the behavior of your child. A simple thing is not wanting to go and put the cup in the sink, or maybe the plate in the sink. They think you are the parent, you are the one who brought me here, but they will never say it. But because of a behavior of another child, or maybe it was a story that they had, they end up behaving that way. And for them to really remember, okay, I'm behaving like this because of that friend who told me this the other day, they are just doing it. So it is important to be patient and to be open-minded and to be understanding. And also know your position, because I definitely know that Buthelezi, soon after you play marbles, you do everything and all that, now you've understood what's on the ground, you would definitely go back to the parent's office. So it is also important to realize that after all the understanding and blah, 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 you are open-minded, you also have to go back into the parentalhood that you are.
You are right. I can be understanding.
Yeah.
I'm strict at the same time. Boys, they know when I say no, it's no.
Yeah.
Because we can be friends, but does not change that I'm a parent. I friend you, and when I come to the state, okay, now I'm your parent. I'm your parent. If I say sit down, you don't question, why should I sit? None. You sit down. You sit down. So the understanding is to build the trust with them.
Yes.
And show them that you love them. Even if you rebuke them out of love.
Yeah.
You not just rebuke them because you hate them. So the boys that God has entrusted in my hand, I play that father figure to say, listen, I explain. If I say don't smoke, I need to explain why you don't smoke. This is one of the things we need to understand. The generation you are raising is the questioning generation.
Yeah.
If we don't explain for them to understand, because somebody cannot do something that he does not understand. If you say, don't smoke, explain, why should I not smoke? Because all my friends are smoking. Everybody, all my mates, they are smoking. And it's fashionable to smoke. Why am I not smoking, Mama? Why am I not smoking, Baba? So I need to explain, my son, health-wise, this is the danger of it. As a king, what does it mean if you see yourself smoking like this and this and this and this? The moment I give a full explanation, then he will understand. That's why we normally raise them to see themselves as a king. So is this kind of a king you want to become? He will say no. What are the things that can affect, now can be a contribution that will not become this king? Is to do this and this and this and this. So do you see the reason why I'm fighting you if you're doing this? Oh, no, yeah, I see. I'm not hating you because I love you. I've got a dream for you to become this. Secondly, I share all my flaws with them, all my mistakes. I'm not afraid to say I mess up here and there and there. Most when we speak with our children, we are not in that point of opening up on our mistakes. So our children, they will see us as superior and higher people who don't make mistakes. I have learned that when I sit down with my boys, okay, no, listen, boy, when at this age, this is what I did, I'm in this position. I'm in this position. I don't want you to find yourself in this position. Whatever decision you are making, know why you are doing. What will be the results? I normally say, ask 3 questions. What does it mean, what I'm doing? Who will be affected by what I'm doing? Will my future be affected with it? If yes, I'm not doing it. So giving them explanations it helps them even taking their decision, linking them to the say, you are a king. Remember, you are a king. A king does not behave like this. Normally I say there are 4 things that we know about the king. A king love, a king respect. Who does he love? He loves God, he loves himself, he loves the next person. Same with the respect. And the king rules through their words. So you take note of your words, what you are saying. Don't say something negative to people, because whatever you say is a reflection of yourself. If you're insulting people, it means you are a bad person.
But now, here we are in this era.
Yeah.
Do you think a nice king will survive?
A nice king.
Yeah. Because I understand that you're referencing this from moral perspective, communal philosophy. Do you think a nice king will survive? When and where are you going to build toughness within the king that you're building? Or how do you do that?
This is how I do it. Firstly, I say, as a king, you need 3 things. You need knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. What is knowledge? Is information.
You acquire knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. Secondly, what is understanding? Is to know how things are done. And what is a wisdom? Is to know how to apply, how to do things. So how to respond to the negativity that comes to you. How to defend yourself. How to question before you do. So those are the things, my understanding and what I'm implementing to their mindset is to get knowledge, is to get understanding first, and to get wisdom. There are things, for example, they face bullying in school. So you need to be tough as a boy. So when somebody clap you, you clap back. So now, is it wise to clap back? And is it wise not to clap back? It goes to a certain extent. So one boy asked me, okay, if somebody slapped me, what should I do? I said, okay, no, you don't slap back. Find an elderly person and report. He said, no, they don't take note of it. Even when I go home, I reported, okay, what did you do when he slapped you? Why you never slap him back? What I'm teaching, what is getting it home, what is getting at school.
Even adults are going through the same thing. Men get beaten by women. Then when they try to report, it's
another case.
It's another case. So
now, what we normally do with the boys, I'm the first contact.
Yeah.
Okay, if you get bullied, and in these areas of you need to report, they don't help you. Call Uncle Mpumelelo. So if I'm not around, we have given them create a brotherhood within them to say, these are your brothers, they're in the same school.
Yes.
If you get problem, you call your brothers and they come not to fight. They come and to solve the problem or to protect you in the challenge that we have, because we know boys, they can just bully you and fight over you. They can fight. When you bring your friends, they bring their friends, and war start.
Yeah.
So it's a critical question, because we are teaching them, but what the reality they are facing is different from what we are teaching them.
Yeah.
We don't teach them to fight, but how do they avoid fighting? That's what we teach. Okay, no. It's like, when do you fight or when not to fight?
Yeah.
So, but there are times when you are in a position that you cannot go and report. You need to defend yourself now.
Right away.
Go for it. You will talk after that, because now we cannot say, I'll wait up until I go report when another boy is beating you. as a parent, I'm not supposed to say it, but these are the realities that we're facing. So I said, okay, if we have tried to avoid him, you can't avoid him. And he's beating you. You cannot say, no, I have to avoid you. No, beat back. Then we can talk about it.
That's the reality.
But it's a reality.
Yeah.
It's a reality.
Okay, I think I was answered on that one. So, religious influence. I'm going to give you three categories of people.
Yeah.
There is a religious person.
Okay.
There is a religious boy child. There's a cultural boy child.
Yeah.
Then who is like more traditional and all of which traditions vary.
Yeah.
Then there's one who is just there. They're not affiliated with any religion or tradition.
Yeah.
So how would you put them in an equilibrium when answering, when mentoring them? Are there any specific programs that are meant for these ones? Because, I mean, most of these children, they are still under their parents' roof.
Yeah.
So they have to abide by certain cultural norms.
Exactly.
Or religious norms, or maybe just the normal home setup.
Exactly.
So do you have anything that is specifically designed for or for religious ones and the traditional cultural ones and the ones that are kind of neutral on anything?
No. We put him in one
bracket.
One bracket.
Okay.
You are a king.
Yeah.
Despise on your religion. Despise on your belief system. Because all the kings, they have their belief system. So you are a king. What is important to you is that you are a king. With your belief system, cultural, religion, but you are a king. So that's why we focus more on building kings, because we don't want to take the side of religion, even though my teachings are biblical. The Bible, to me, is not a religious book, because God called it, it's a book of the law. So to me, it's an institution. To say, okay, no, this is a constitution, Jalot. Okay, listen, this is a book of life. Let me make an example. When you buy a cell phone, it comes with his manual. So I take the Bible as a manual. Okay, this is a manual of a king, how the king should live. I don't know which side I will taking, but this is your manual as a king. The King Jehovah says, let us make our man, the man to our image, which means you are the image of God, you are God. So if you are the image of God, what is expected of you? To do this and this and this and this and this, and break it down, as I was mentioning, you are the light of the world. And that does not affiliate to a certain religion. You are the light of the world.